The NFL Waiver Wire has passed, and we got some Chicago Bears roster news to discuss. My name is Harrison Graham. Welcome into Bears Now by Chat Sports. We'll dive into what this man has done in the last day or so. But listen, our Raiders channel picked up 200 new subscribers yesterday. Can we top that number? I get that's a large number, but we're trying to get to 100,000 here on this channel. We're at 97,600 something, and I want to take down the Raiders report. So hit that sub button for free and daily Bears content. All right. 0 claims as of now. Unsure if the Bears placed any claims, but if they did not land any of them. They were 9th in the waiver order, and this is the first time in the Ryan Poles era that they have not claimed anybody the day after NFL roster cuts. And again, unclear if they placed any claims, but if they did, it was someone that went to someone in the top 8 picks. Carolina claimed, I think, 6 players, so they were pretty busy. I think it speaks to that, when you're a better team, you're going to be less active on the waiver wire because, remember, when you claim somebody, you got to be willing to cut somebody. And I think the Bears had to make some tough roster cuts yesterday, so they're not looking to just dump guys right now. But, I think it kind of goes to show that they're in a better place roster-wise. However, there was some news on the waiver wire regarding the Bears. Brenden Bates did get claimed by the New York Jets, and kind of a bummer, man. It really, really is, because I thought Brenden Bates fared well in the preseason. I enjoyed watching him. I thought he got better and better throughout the summer, and in these preseason games, he showed some pop, both as a blocker but also as a receiving threat, having 100 yards on just 6 catches. That's pretty good bang for your buck there, and I was pushing to keep him. I thought the Bears would keep a 4th tight end, especially considering your 3rd tight end is 40 years old in Mercedes Lewis. Now, he's super durable, but is that going to stay the case? And so you don't even get him back on the practice squad. I would imagine they bring back Tommy Sweeney and or Brenden Bates, or not Brenden Bates, which Brenden Bates? Steven Carlson to the practice squad, but I would have liked Bates because I also thought he was the most versatile player that could also play some fullback if you decided to cut Kari Blasingame loose. Talk about him a little bit later on as well. Should the Bears have kept Brenden Bates? What say you? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Again, I don't think it's a backbreaker, but I personally would have liked to see him stick around. But he's off to New York, and best of luck to him. Austin Reed is back into the fold, as he was the first announced practice squad signing for the Chicago Bears. Our Hard Knocks Prince returns, and beyond being just fun to watch on Hard Knocks, he had a good preseason. When he got to play, he played well. 12 of 16, $123, had a touchdown, took care of the football, was accurate, slightly better arm than I would have given him credit for when they brought him in. And I think he's your textbook practice squad developmental guy. I'm excited to see what he is able to do. And as of now, there's no word on Brett Rippon. I'm guessing he's scouring the league to see if there's a spot on a 53 somewhere. If not, I would imagine the Bears want to bring him back as a veteran as well on the practice squad. But for now, Reed is locked in onto the Bears practice squad. Bit of a surprise here. How about this one? Adam Schefter with the news. Former Packers wide receiver Samori Toure is signing with the Bears practice squad. And typically you don't see this. Like if a team cuts a player and they don't get claimed, 9 times out of 10, said players re-signs to that team's practice squad, especially a guy like Toure, who's played some the last couple of years, had a really good preseason last year, I believe. Pretty good special teams value as well. I wonder if he's been given some, not assurances, but like, hey, there's a chance you could get elevated at some point. So I'm curious about this one. If we get more news on that one, we'll discuss it later, because coming up later today, we'll do a practice squad breakdown here on Chicago Bears Now. These are the 2 signings that have come in so far. Just checking my phone to see if any new ones have come in. As of 12:20, no new practice squad signings as of now, but they have 16 spots. Reddy Stewart expected to come back, not official as of yet, but we will break down as many of the practice squad signings we have later on in the day. All right, today's show is sponsored by Game Time. We appreciate Game Time for sponsoring Chicago Bears Now and all of Chat Sports. And listen, football's back, baseball's ongoing, basketball and hockey will be here before you know it. If you want to go attend a sporting event, get your tickets with Game Time today. Game Time Picks makes it easy to get tickets to see your favorite teams play easier. It's a feature in the app, Game Time Picks. It also filters out the fluff to show you the best deals on the best seats so you don't have to filter through thousands of tickets. Go download the app, Game Time. Link is in the comments and description. Create an account. Use promo code ChatSports. Get $20 off your first purchase only. A lot of awesome perks when you're using the app. Views from the seats, super deals, which is basically highlighting the best bang for your buck within certain events that you're surfing. And this isn't just sports, concerts, comedy shows, and a whole lot more. You need tickets, Game Time's going to have you covered. So go check them out. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. That code ChatSports gets you $20 off your first purchase only. Terms apply. What time is it? It's game time, everybody. Go download the app today. All right, Patrick Scales is heading to IR. As of this literal second, it is not official, but by the time you watch it, it probably will be. Brad Biggs reported this earlier today, and it was reported yesterday that he would go to IR after the waiver wire today. And beyond that news, he's going to have back surgery tomorrow, according to Biggs. And there's also a report out that he's going to be out until late October. And I really started to think, so it's late August, late October. Back surgery? For an older, unathletic guy, he's going to be back in 2 months? Like, is there a scenario Patrick Scales misses this year? Like, clearly they're hoping he can come back. Otherwise, they would have just put him on long-term IR yesterday, and maybe they tried a short-term IR with Dante Pettis. It's still unclear what his injury was. But I'm intrigued by this because a back injury for anybody, that's a little sketchy, even if it's minor. Like Tevin Jenkins basically missed his whole rookie season because he already had back issues. Then he had another minor procedure. I don't know. I'm intrigued by that. We can skip this next one, Cullen, because it's already come down here. Obviously, with Scales on IR, the Bears had to make a long snapper move here, and they have done that. Scott Daly, who Biggs reported earlier today, was the front runner to land the gig. They didn't claim him off waivers, but they're going to sign him to the practice squad. 42 starts over the last 3 years in Detroit. They opted to go with a rookie who they liked, probably just a financial decision, quite frankly. For now, he'll be on the practice squad and can be a practice squad elevation for week 1, so they don't have to use that spot against the 53-man roster initially. So what they are going to do is bring back Kari Blasingame to fill Patrick Scales' spot. He will sign back onto the 53. With him being a vested vet, they didn't have to subject him to waivers, so cut him yesterday. They're going to bring him back today here, and he'll be on the 53. However, at some point, a move is going to come. Now, I agree with the Bears' approach here. Start with Daly on the practice squad because you get up to 3 practice squad elevations per player. So, in theory, weeks 1, 2, and 3, he doesn't have to count against the 53. But Scales on IR, minimum of 4 weeks. And if it's late October, you're talking 6, 7 weeks potentially. I think that eventually you're going to have to put Daly on the active roster unless you just want to go with a different practice squad long snapper at that point, which I don't know if you want to shuffle between 2 or 3 long snappers at the first half of the season. That seems like a sketchy proposal. So I think this is the way to go, though, because chances are guy gets injured in the first 3 weeks. You place that person on IR, then you can call up Scott Daly at that point. But if everyone's healthy, like eventually they're going to have to cut somebody and bring this guy up because that's just the math. Like after 3 weeks, you can't elevate him for the practice squad anymore. He either has to stay on the practice squad and not get elevated, or you have to put him on your active roster. Okay, name a player you think the Bears will cut once that scenario comes, or if they decide to do it in the short term and just elevate Daly sooner, although I don't think they'll do that for week 1. Who do you think that player will be? Let us know in the comments. I think you got 3 candidates here. One of Daniel Hardy or Dominique Robinson. The Bears kept 6 defensive ends plus a 7th in Jacob Martin on short-term IR, so they're pretty heavy at that position. I would think one of those guys could be a cut candidate, probably Hardy, unfortunately, even though I'd rather keep him. Travis Homer, they seem to like him, but you're heavy at running back now, and if you're bringing back Blasingame, you got a lot of players in the backfield there. He could be somebody, but again, I don't think this happens right away. But between now and week 4, chances are they're going to have to make some kind of roster move, so keep that in mind. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Chicago Bears Now. Again, we'll be back later. Some more practice squad signings should have flown in. Check my phone one more time, see if any have come in. Don't see any right now. Austin Reed, Samori Toure, the 2 right now. A lot of guys, Leon Jones, Reddy Stewart, maybe Brett Rippon, Colin Johnson, those type of players I would expect to return once that happens. We will break it all down. We will see you guys then here on Chicago Bears Now.